Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christina. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry, Aspen is really happy to be here too. He's given me his paw. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry it's been such a long time. We actually moved, and so I am filming in our new house. Life has been hectic. Adulting is hard. But today I want to be kind of doing a follow-up to my Kindle Oasis video, and instead we're going to be talking about reading on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I've had a lot of people ask me to do a video related to that, and I want to do some more videos for you very soon. So thanks for your patience. So to get started, I want to say that I don't have my iPhone 12 Pro Max because I'm filming on it. It's really great to film on, so I'm just doing it on my phone. I do have a list here of some of the pros and cons. I want to start with the pros and the good things about reading on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. First and foremost, if you watched my last video, I said that reading on the Kindle is kind of almost like abrasive and choppy, and the lighting and the way that scrolling and all of that stuff works. You guys did educate me that it is because of the e-ink technology. So thank you so much for everybody who's very helpful on educating me on that. However, for me, I do kind of like a more tablet experience. So I really do like reading on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. I like how it doesn't have any lag when turning pages, and it just swipes and does everything very quickly. It's very responsive, and I really enjoy that aspect of just being able to use a free app. It is so convenient to carry your phone around with you and just have it in your pocket and pull it out and read. I think it's really easy if you're traveling in some aspects, just because you don't have to carry around multiple devices. You can just take your phone with you if you want to leave it home. The app itself is easy and seamless. It's really great. I think it also connects to Bluetooth really well. I remember a time when I was driving like a 6-hour trip and I took my Kindle with me, and I didn't have the Kindle reading app on my phone, and so I used my Kindle to connect to Bluetooth to my car so I could listen to an audiobook that was included in my Kindle Unlimited subscription, and it did not connect easily. I was hoping it would connect easily while I was driving, which is not safe. Don't do this at home, kids. But it wasn't. It was so difficult that I literally had to pull over at a rest stop just to connect my Kindle so I could listen to an audiobook. So I like having a phone that just can easily connect, especially if you have something like Apple CarPlay. Just connects right there. You can pull up and manage all of your audiobooks so easily. I really think that if you're going to just mainly use an audiobook feature that's included with Kindle Unlimited and not be reading as much, using your phone and the app is probably going to be way more convenient for you than spending like $200 on a nice tablet that really isn't meant for Bluetooth connectivity like a phone is. I also have to say that in comparison, I think the phone battery is really good. If you're talking about specifics, you can put the Kindle Unlimited app on your phone and have it on Wi-Fi, and your phone battery is still pretty great. Whereas when I use my Kindle and I have it connected to Wi-Fi, I usually have to disconnect to help save some of the battery life. It's kind of inconvenient having to always disconnect and reconnect. And I just feel like the battery life on my 7th gen Kindle Oasis, there's a video, I'll link it up, is not as good as my phone. I mean, obviously there's disconnects because they're totally different devices, but I do like that my phone is just kind of more convenient, even for charging, if that makes sense. So what I really like is that the Kindle app makes it so adjustable and easy for pretty much changing your font, changing your background, things like that. Because it's so responsive, you can just change up everything however you want, and it's quick. Even highlighting is a little bit quicker in the app. And I think that's just the disconnect between the e-ink technology and an actual phone device. So it really comes down to preference. It comes down to what you want. And I just don't think, if you're looking for something quick and choppy and right there for you, it's not going to be an e-ink technology paper type thing. Also, I have the 12 Pro Max. I'm not sure about the 12 Pro, but the Pro Max has a really big screen. So it's so nice being able to have a whole big page of words going from an end to end, edge to edge pretty much. It's really nice, and I think it's definitely competitive for reading. Going into the cons, the things that I really do not like about a phone is I feel like it's really heavy. It does not balance very well in your hands, kind of like the one side on the Oasis really makes it easy to hold. The iPhone 12 Pro Max and the specifics of the device itself is very heavy, and I do not like holding that phone, especially if I'm like gonna lay down and I'm reading and scrolling. It's just so heavy. I lost my pop socket recently, so that makes it even harder. I do not like not having a pop socket because it makes it so hard to hold. But in general, I just feel like the 12 Pro Max is so heavy and it's not really readability friendly in comparison to the shape and the size of the Oasis. Also, if you like a physical button for turning pages instead of swiping, the Oasis is going to be a better choice. For me, I don't particularly care, but I do like holding the Oasis if I'm like reading like this and being able to push the button. I think that is easier than swiping, so it's just a preference. Another thing about a phone is when I'm reading, I am in my own world. I am having this fantasy and just not even thinking about the outside world, and that's kind of the point of reading, for me at least. I do not need to be tied in. It's like my vacation away from home in my mind. So to be doing it on a cell phone, always getting text messages, always getting calls, seeing Instagram notifications, Facebook notifications, all that stuff is so, what's the word? Distracting. That's the word. I need my time reading to be something where I can actually pay attention and focus. And if I'm not able to focus because I'm sitting here seeing I'm getting 1,000,002 Facebook notifications, I'm going to have a problem. So really, it's not that great if you're trying to use a book for the purpose that it's intended, which is enjoyment and disconnecting. Does that make sense? Also, you have to keep in mind that the iPhone 12 Pro Max does have a glare. The screen is not as matted as the Kindle competitors, so it's definitely going to have a glare, especially in bright light. So if you're going out to the beach and you're trying to read, a phone in bright spaces like the beach or a poolside is always going to look so dark and be so hard to read, even on the brightest setting. And two, it's going to have a glare. So it's really not great for traveling situations, specifically outside. Whereas the Kindle Oasis has that e-ink paper look technology that is a little bit less convenient, but when you're trying to read in really bright situations, it is really handy because it actually looks like a page and you can actually see what you're reading. So that's just another thing to take into consideration. And then really, last but not least, I don't know if this is just me, but when I am holding a cellular device for long periods of times, my hands start to get sweaty and greasy. I feel like I need to go wash my hands 12 million times. I just hate holding a phone for that long. So long periods of times holding a cellular device is so stressful and it gives me anxiety. The biggest difference is that the portability is the major bonus to using an iPhone 12 Pro Max. But if you're looking to relax and disconnect and enjoy a story for long periods of time, it ain't it, chief. It's not it. It is not what you want. It kind of discounts your reading experience. And that's what I'm trying to kind of get at is if you want a wonderful reading experience, just take the time and read it on a Kindle, disconnect, enjoy yourself. If you're a quick reader and you're just trying to get through books at every crack of your day, sure, an iPhone is great for you. But going back to the basics is, in my head, what kind of makes reading so fun? Like cracking open an actual book, carrying the physical book with you, even carrying a Kindle, like that kind of is just like me carrying that story with me is so awesome. And it's just part of that experience that I love. And I think a phone is great, but it's just not where my heart is at when I'm looking to enjoy a really good story. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope that it is straightforward and to the point and that you can understand where I'm coming from. If you haven't seen my video about the Kindle Oasis, I will put it in the description box below. You can go and check it out. It's my first ever video. It's just about to hit 40,000 views, so thank you so much. But I guess I will see you in the next one, and that is it for today. All right, bye.